Hold on. Are we live? Testing. Stop stream. Why does that give me two options? Okay, should be live now. Everything should be working. Everything should be working. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, let's announce this. We are live. Alright, stream should be pretty solid. Let's see, let's test this out. We're live on... Let's go live on all the other platforms as well. Alright, well, my OBS just crashed. Let me know if you guys still hear me. Let me know. But OBS just crashed. Let me try restart that again. Good morning, Ayush. Can you guys hear me? Am I fine? Loud and clear? Just okay. Let's try this again because I think I went live on too many platforms. I might have gone live on too many platforms at the same time. So let me try that again. So let's go live on Kick. And then let's go live on Twitch. And then let's go live on Twitter. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Does that crash? Oh, are we good? Wait, why is this not working? Next. I am live. Oh. Live features NQ trading. Wait, can you guys all hear me? Am I fine? Is anything bugging? Should be fine. But let me know. Stream manager. Let me see if I'm live on Twitch. Okay, nice. I'm live on Twitch. Let's set up Twitter real quick. Go live. Nice. Where's that? Alright, live on like multiple platforms now. Hopefully it's all fine. If you guys are... Let me know. If there's any lag, tell me and then I'll try fix it. But let's start posting and everything. Alright, started the stream a bit late, but we are here. We are here, guys. Let me just post these on my stories. Twitch seems to be fine. Let's check. This is okay. No lag there. All right, nice. Everything should be working. Cool. How are we all today? Let's wait for a few more people to join, and then we'll get started properly. Good morning. Hello, Ayush. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Mitchell. Hope you guys are all doing well. We'll just clear out this range for now, and then. Wait, what happened to my big trade? It should be here. Good morning. Or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you guys are at. Wait, what are you guys seeing on my stream currently? Hold on. Okay, everything should be fine. Hello, Hercules. Hello. All right. Let's get a couple more people in the stream and then I'll start breaking down. Start breaking down what we are seeing and what I'm seeing for the day. Okay, live on Kick, live on Twitch. 1 viewer on Twitch. Damn. Nice. First time live streaming on Twitch. See this. Okay, that looks all set up. Twitter as well. I'm also live on Twitter. Hello, Summer Sam. How we doing? All right, hopefully we run into no issues. If we run into issues, if my stream starts lagging and the bitrate starts fucking up, let me know. And then I'll reduce the stream. I'll reduce the multi-stream. But for now, I think we should be good. Okay, so let's see what we currently have for today. Let's see on... Let this load up. Reload. Clone. Let's see what we have so far with electronic trading hours. Change this to UTC. Let's break down what I am currently seeing. What we potentially have. Any questions, drop it in chat and I will do my best to answer them. Right, so 8 a.m, 9:30, 9 a.m. candle is opened. Pretty much, to summarize for you guys, we are looking bearish. We are looking bearish. Because when you look at it from a balanced state of delivery, this is balance, aggressive, this is balance, aggressive again. Right, so these are all imbalanced states of delivery with electronic trading hours. Imbalance. Let me make it more clear. I don't view the markets with like, you can view it based on general market structure in the sense that you have higher highs, higher lows, and so on. But I prefer to just view it like this, right? Identify the ranges, identify the balance ranges, identify the imbalance ranges, and then that is where you're going to get, you know, the highest confluence for the narrative. So pre-market, or, you know, basically Sunday, since Monday, this is what we've had. So to going into this session, I would probably most likely favor us to continue lower. Where's price currently opening at? 29333, which is around here. So already, we are below yesterday's... Sorry, we are below yesterday's value area low. That already. Alright, nice. Yeah. So like I said, we're below yesterday's value area low already. So we're already in an imbalanced state of delivery. And I would anticipate for lower price action if aggressive sellers are able to hold control. If they can't hold control, then there's a very good chance we come back for mean reversion play into yesterday's value area, right? But let's see how the market opens for now, and then we'll determine our next narrative. But for now, the market is currently playing at around 29333 or 29320. And then, so there'll be a gap with the regular trading hours, RTH gap. Oh yeah, this was yesterday's price action. It was pretty decent, to be honest. I failed to find acceptance above value area high. Bearish break lower. Playing below VWAP. Once we broke in the value area low, nice short to the downside. In hindsight, could have targeted maybe 29400. Right, for much larger risk to reward. But, you know, I was targeting around 29450, 29455. But this was a nice short yesterday. that I took live on Chart Fanatics. So let's remove these markers for now. And then start drawing out the volume profile or my key levels. All right, so 29488. And then we have 29632. Let me just check if everything is okay. Everything should be working. But yeah, these are the value area highs, value area lows. Volume point of control are around 29560. So draw it like that. Make that blue. And then this is yesterday's value area. Like I mentioned, we are playing below value area already. We are hovering around 29300 when 9:30 opens. So let's see what the market does. Right, remember, this chart is only showing regular trading hours. So the candles don't print until 9:30. Hence why you're not seeing any movement with the charts right now. Right. So why does Twitch say it's unstable? Hello. Average stream bitrate is too high. Hold on a minute. That shouldn't be the case, Mr. Twitch. Let's bump that down to... Okay, bump that down on Twitch. Kick seems to be fine. Alright, everything should be fine now. Cool, pretty stable. 1 minute until market open. Let's see what it gives us. 1 more minute. Oh yeah, let me set up my trade away and stuff. Right there. Should be good to go now. All right, nice. 30 seconds. The yellow line is just it's nothing important. It's just where the current price is, which is moving anyway to 29355. The reason why I have the yellow line is because this chart is regular trading hours, so it doesn't show pre-session or electronic trading hours price action. Hence why I have this yellow line, because that is where I'm anticipating for the market to open at or around. So yeah, market's open now. So now the candles should show up somewhere around this yellow line. Let me just reload. Reload this chart as well. Extra chart is being slow like always. Let's see what we have. Yeah, there. Right, that's what the yellow line is. Now I can remove it. It was just basically a marker for marking out the pre-session. Why is this frozen? Hold on, I'm gonna have to restart ExoCharts. Let me restart ExoCharts real quick. You guys are probably gonna see a blank screen, or just the... Where the hell is ExoCharts? I have no idea why the price on extra chart is frozen. So bear with me whilst I get it back up and running. Processing. Okay, should be fine now. Let me know if you guys still can't see it, but this should be working now. Right, nice. We have this range over here, range low, and then let's see what the market does. This could be a potential level. Well, not potential. This most likely will be a level where we get a reaction from, and then that just brings you back within the ranges. And you're looking to fade. You're looking to fade. See what we get. Have I posted this on all of my socials? Let's see. All right, we're chilling. We're chilling. All is good. All is good in the hood. Current price action. I would be favoring. Let's see. I am favoring downside, right? Because we're below the value area low from yesterday. Value area low is my blue line. So I am favoring imbalanced states of delivery to the downside. However, if aggressive buyers are able to take control and then we come back into the value area, then that just becomes two-sided price action. So it's as simple as that. If we don't, if aggressive sellers are still in control, then you're looking for a break and retest to continue lower. See what CVD is saying. Yeah, CVD is just following price action right now. No clear divergences on CVD at the moment. Yeah, this is the current range that I would want to be playing in. You want to fade the highs or fade the lows. What I would be favoring is breaking below the low, below the range low, because I am leaning bearish for today. However, if we are still within the range, this is going to be play. Unless, like I said, aggressive buyers take back control, then you could look for a break and retest. But then the distance here isn't very high probability because you only have basically like around 20, how many points is that? 40 points, 40, 50 points until the volume point of control. So taking a break and retest there, yeah, is a bit iffy, lads. It's a bit iffy. But yeah, let's see what it does. Let's see what it gives us. Twitter stream is doing fine. Twitch is fine. Bill rate is fixed now. And Kick is fine. Cool. Wow, multi-streaming final boss. But yeah, you see how we're just consolidating around VWAP here? Not much to take around here. Not much. Oh. We do have aggressive buyers stepping in. Maybe we come into mean reversion. And they failed to take back control. They failed to find acceptance and we continue lower. Maybe. But for now, it looks like buyers are in control. CFD is increasing. Price action is increasing. If you look at M12, you know, it's also closing with a pretty bullish candle at the moment. But let's see. Only 5 minutes in the session. I usually don't enter anything until at least 10 minutes. At least. Got to let price settle out for a bit and see what happened. Is the stream clear? You guys could see everything, right? It's clear, right? It's not like it's lagging or anything. Every stream, I'm testing something new. And eventually, after 2 to 3 stream, everything should be solid. Is what I hope for. Is what I hope for. Clear? Nice. Nice. Remember, we can get a reaction away from the valley area low, like before we even come into the valley area low. Because these key levels aren't to the T. Like, you're not going to have a value. The passive sellers aren't going to protect exactly 29487. It's going to protect the general area around it. So yeah, that is one thing to note. But even if it does reject, it's not in our plan. So you don't take it. Coming up into this level, ideally we get a rejection. Right, that is what I'm hoping for as we come into value area low. But let's see, we are above VWAP. CFD is increasing, so buyers are still in control here. Just want to see sellers start to step in. If you look at what we have on M12 currently, right, clear control from buyers. Footprint bar statistic, delta is positive, large negative delta that gets absorbed at the lows, and so on. So in this instance, buyers still look like they're in control, and it's just basic supply and demand. You're just trying to see who is able to hold control and who is not able to hold control. Whoa, what happened there? Let's put that back. Reload this. Go back to NQ. Has anyone taken anything so far? I hope not. There's nothing clear at the moment. See if there's any red folder today. I don't think there's any red folder today anyway. Yeah, no red folder today. Yeah, not much until next Wednesday. But let's see what we have. Seem to be getting multiple rejections off of this high here. Oh shit, I haven't even logged into my TraderBit account. I'm a bit wary of this high as the range high, because we are close to the value area low. So that is something I'm wary of. The only reason why I marked this out now is because we've had a retest and a respect with a large rejection away. But yeah, that is something to be wary of. However, let's see what the market gives us. If buyers get absorbed here, there's a potential to go short off of VWAP. But like I said, like this high, puts me off. I ideally want to see us come into this value area low because of how close we are in proximity to the value area low. Why am I so tired? I need to do some stretches. My chart is lagging? Is it? Hold on, let me check. Wait, if I zoom in like this, zoom in and out, is it lagging? Or do you mean lagging because it's delayed? Because I think the stream delaying is normal. Simply due to the latency. It doesn't look like it's lagging. Do I drink caffeine? Nope, I do not. Because I drink creatine. So it kind of like... I need to already drink a shit ton of water. So drinking caffeine probably does the opposite of what I want. And I've never been a caffeine person anyway. Been more of like a tea person. Matcha, performative male. Yeah, I think you might be having network issues. Just try reloading your tab or something. But the stream being delayed by like a couple seconds is normal. I don't think there's anything I could do about that. It's just due to the latency between this and YouTube. Yo, Hugh, do you think your mini course should be enough to start trading? Well, yeah, it should give you the basic blueprint to like volume profile, how the market moves, and the ranges. So yeah, it should be enough. And then obviously, if you want to learn more about the advanced stuff, you could work with me one-on-one or just trade. Most of it, like my strategy, it has a solid framework. The OBM framework, it's solid. You identify a range. You identify range high, range low. But where you learn the most is with actual market executions. Right? Market intuition. And so on. Right. Twitter is streaming fine. Twitch is streaming fine. Kick is streaming fine. So for my next test, I'm going to try streaming, multi-streaming on TikTok as well. And see, actually, I can't even do TikTok because I need to have like 500 followers. But yeah, everything else is streaming fine then. As long as the chart doesn't lag in the sense that is like bugging and freezing consistently, then I think it's fine. It should be able to handle it. But yeah, the stream being delayed is completely normal, guys. Let's see. I really don't think this high is going to hold. Especially considering how close we are to the value area low. Like the value area low and the value area high is always going to hold more significance than normal highs or normal range lows. Simply because that's already been proven to hold. And that's already been proven in the previous session to hold the 70% of total transactions within the market profile. So this should act as a, you know, magnet for price. Let's see. Mechanically speaking, right, this is a short right here. Mechanically speaking, because this is a high. This is obviously an OBM high, but you know, I really want to see this value area low. On deep charts, value area low is 29456. Did I get this wrong? Hold on. Is that CME regular trading hours? Because my one is 485 on exo charts. Let me check. Let me check. But yeah, like I said, mechanically speaking, this is a good setup. Especially after you break below the VWAP for more confluence. UTC. Turn it up. Oh, shoot. It is? 294. Okay, I have no idea what's wrong with extra charts then. I hate it when different platforms give you different data. It might also be the discrepancy with Rhythmic and DX feed as well, because my extra charts is fed off DX feed, and I believe your one might be Rhythmic. So there could be discrepancies with that as well. But dude, if value area low was at this level, that would have been beautiful. It would have been a nice short. But yeah. Shit then. 29456. Yeah, that would have been a lovely short. Yours is on DXV2. Oh fuck. Well, one of us must be correct. I'm going to say it might be your one because we got a reaction away. Well, ExoCharts just cucked me. Let me double check this. 4, 8. Maybe increase the ticks. No, it's still the same. What the fuck? Oh, we're so cooked. ExoCharts has cucked me. ExoCharts has cucked me indeed. DX feed, ew. I hit my TP in current trade. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, this is mechanically a short. Right, but I wanted to see price come to my value area low. But obviously, according to Daniel, the value area low was at 29456 on deep charts. Which would make more sense because we've had two retests at the level. And we couldn't even get a reaction. I mean, and the market failed to continue higher. So maybe the value area low is at 2456. That's freaking annoying. I'm trying to reload this chart. Nope. Value area low for me is still at 29488. Absolute bummer. Absolute bummer. But it is what it is. I think value area low is insignificant for now. Once we've broken below this level. What's M12 showing? Large aggressive selling here. CVD is bearish. I'm not looking to go long here. I don't think No, let's do it. Right, gonna go long. See how this one plays out. Long back into view up. I'm not really feeling longs. But base is a bit, M12 is a bit indecisive at the moment. There's no clear control. Yeah, no clear control on M12. CVD is bearish, so aggressive sellers are currently in control. However, they're starting to come to a stall. Let's see. Tease my stop there. Hold on. Right, I'm out. -1R to start the day. Yeah, like I don't really want to long this. Doesn't feel like a good long. Let's see. If another long setup carries out, I'm gonna hold back. Right, that was my only attempt at this area. Only attempt at that area. If it fucks off, it fucks off. Let's rotate accounts. And then onto the lucids now. Yeah, no entry there anyway. So now I want to see this low get taken out. If you guys caught this short, this was nice, right? Especially if the value area low was there. If the value area low was actually there, then yeah, this was a valid short. It was in plan as well. And I mentioned this, right? Mechanically, it's a good setup, but I didn't take it because my value area low was above here. Ideally wanted us to come to this level. But if the value area low was actually here and extra charts was cucking me, then boom. Wait for some form of a retest. And then if buyers get absorbed, then you could look to go short. Let's see. Large aggressive buying here. If they get rewarded, then okay. Right. Welcome, MNQES. MMNQES. Failed breakout. No confirmation for longs. But I think if this candle closes bearish, then I'm gonna enter. Let's see. This one right here. If this one closes bearish, then that's an entry for me. Nothing. Doesn't want to close bearish. Fine. Doesn't want to close bearish. Amazing price action. There was no selling absorption here. So now you have this. Right. Regardless of whether this was the value area low or not now, it's still it's now a significant level. It definitely is still a significant level now. Not much internal levels within here apart from value area. I mean, apart from VWAP. Unless you can count these ones where you have large aggressive selling taking place as well as aggressive buying. Right, you can count this one as an internal level. Let's see. Specifically this one over here. So you can do a break and retest here. However, if you get a retest, you're coming into VWAP. So it's really up to you on what you prefer. We might be in for another barcode day, another ranging day. Could be in for another ranging day today. Let's see. Starting to come into VWAP now. You see, if we get a rejection from VWAP, I wouldn't take this break and retest off of this internal level until we break above VWAP, which is exactly what we get here. Massive rejection away. Dude, I don't know why I'm so tight today. We get water. Rise and shine, motherfuckers. Clear level there. But that just overlaps with VWAP. So let's see. If you look at M12, I don't think longs are the play here. Whoa, what happened there? Yeah, I don't think longs are the play here, guys. CVD, bearish, M12, large negative delta. Right, aggressive buyers just don't seem like they are able to step in. They don't seem like they're able to step in and take control. Right, because yes, even though these aggressive sellers got absorbed within this candle, eventually they got rewarded and untrapped. So they weren't even absorbed in the first place. They were just trapped. So once this candle closes bearish, then, you know, they were pretty much untrapped. Large aggressive selling delta. Here, buyers are starting to step in, but they seem like they're struggling. They seem like they're struggling. But delta is rising within this candle. Delta is rising. But yeah, this is the worst condition to play in. Right, worst condition to play in. You don't get much follow throughs when the market is indecisive like this. Let's take that back to here. And then go back to our 80 range. Come on, mate. Just break the low. Be selective with your trades. CVD is pretty much flatlined. Flatlined at the moment. No clear control from either side. Okay, I'm actually cooked. I'm too tired. Don't need to stand up. So hard to find a valid breakout. Battle orders are going on. Yup. Let me move this up. I need to buy a standing desk soon, but I can't be bothered to set it up. Dude, we're going to be trading like this, lads. We're going to be trading like this. Battle orders are going on. I mean, this isn't really a battle order. It's more so the market is just balanced here. The market is balanced here. You know, you don't have much going on. Battle order is when you come into like a level here. Let's pretend that this was the value area low, and then you have buyers competing to try and break inside the value area, and sellers competing to try and stay out of the value area. Right? Because sellers will always prefer, sellers will always demand lower prices. Buyers will always lift the price. So this is where you get battle orders. When the market just consolidates like this, where, you know, it creates a range in itself, that's not really a battle of order. That's acceptance. And, you know, it's just two-sided price delivery. Like you can see, any sellers take control here, buyers take back control, sellers take back control, buyers take back control. They're not really competing for anything. And you know, this is fair value, right? Within this range, this is fair value. This is the market's most optimal condition. What is the easiest 1R strategy in my opinion? I don't know. There's no strategy that's easier than the other, right? Like there's no one strategy that is the easiest. It really just depends on you as a trader and your personality. Like some people, they have different personalities that matches certain strategies better. So they find it more, so they find certain strategies easier, whereas you would find it harder. So yeah, it really depends. But if I was a newbie, if I was a beginner, the best way to reduce your learning curve is to identify certain criteria for when to stay out of the market or when to stay out of trades. And that is what the OBM framework gives you. That is what the OBM framework gives you. Because here, right, like you're going to get chopped up here. There's nothing here. Clear criteria to stay out. Hugh, you mentioned yesterday your win rate on your personal. Can you still be profitable with that win rate? Yes, you can, depending on your average risk to reward. At the end of the day, it all comes down to your trade expectancy. If your trade expectancy is positive, then you're going to be profitable. And that is on average how much you make per trade. Rotational plays here, right? Let's look at M12. What is M12 currently showing? We still seem more bearish than like bullish. Oh, let me look in. See, there's some parts of me that want to favor rotational plays. Okay, there's no setup there anyway. But on M12, we just look extremely bearish. Even though it's somewhat of even though we're like somewhat in a range. If you look at how the current M12 is forming, large negative, aggressive buyers stepping in, but they're not getting rewarded. CVD is still continuing to go lower. You mark out the range on 80 range or 1 minute 80 range. But it's fractal. It's fractal. So you can mark it up on whatever time frame you want, because the market will always play in two states of delivery, either balance or imbalance. Which is why, you know, the framework also works on swing trades, which is what I do as well. And we are back. And we're back. And we're back. Where's my M12 chart? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just wouldn't take longs off of this low anymore. I wouldn't take longs off of this low. I really want to see sellers step in here. There's no setup anyway. Bro, this protein shake is making me fall asleep. So much oats in this. Listen, guys, just a reminder, no trades is a trade. Right? We're up a lot for the week. Up a lot for the week already. You don't want to give it back as we approach the end of the week. Do I trade London as well? Not right now. However, in the future I might. Maybe. And that's just to live stream. But no, London is when I go gym and stuff. I don't know if I could give that up. Health is wealth. Health is wealth, people. Health is wealth. I didn't consider it because... Okay, well, M12 has closed differently now. But whilst I was watching the M12 form, it was pretty bearish. Like, mechanically speaking, this is a long. But you would long from the range low, and then you would short from the range high, mechanically speaking. However, when I was looking at the M12, we looked extremely bearish. Of course, you know, this is why it's important to wait for candle closures, because you could see the candle still close somewhat bullish, and then now it's likely we're going to play back within the range. But when I was watching this, it was pretty bearish, this candle. So I was favoring movement to the downside. Also, these aggressive buying delta bars were getting absorbed. However, it doesn't look like that's the case anymore. And also, yeah, there was no setup here for me anyway. No setup, no big trades confirmation. So there was no trade there. This is still my range. Like, if I remove this for now. Range low, range high. And then you have VWAP. Right, so just still range playing in. Not necessarily close bullish, because that's just too simple of a way to think about it. But rather like, you have to take into account delta as well. And the different delta bars. Like, if the previous candle doesn't close bearish, like it barely, no, I mean, if the previous candle doesn't close bullish, like it barely closes bullish, however, delta is still extremely positive, and then let's say CVD creates a higher high, then I know for sure that aggressive buyers are still in control, and it was just a case of more selling supply than aggressive buying demand. Right, so in those sense, I don't necessarily need to wait for the candle to close fully bullish. And, you know, to be able to tell that buyers are still in control, and we just have to overwhelm the supply. Because even if there is more supply than demand, the market isn't going to move lower, in this specific example, if aggressive sellers are unable to step in. So as long as aggressive buyers are still able to keep control, then it just becomes a matter of time before that selling supply gets depleted. But yeah, like here, you see that reaction, but there's no setup there. All good, all good. Just a buying demand here. If the candle closes, actually no, this is the internal level, so I'm not going to take rejections off of here. Much rather wait for break and retest. I think this could set up for a mean reversion play back inside yesterday's value area. If CVD is able to, if aggressive buyers are able to take back control, which right now looks pretty positive. Yeah. For those who are still confused, CVD is just a running total of delta. So if you look at the footprint bar statistic, which is the thing down here, right? This is a total delta per candle. It's just the added total. So minus 340 plus minus 840, that's like 1280, minus 1280 now. That's why we're negative. It should be around, you know, whatever the fuck. And then as we get positive delta, that's just going to add on to the running total. And then CVD would obviously create, you know, higher highs if it overwhelms the previously running total. So that's all CVD is. It's just cumulative. So why is VWAP there? Hold on. Let me reload this chart. VWAP on the range chart is broken for me at the moment. There we go. If we break, like we've broken above already, if you had selling absorption here and the secondary candle closes bullish, you could have an aggressive entry with anticipation of this high getting broken out. And you could just use VWAP as the level. Yeah, not looking for any rejections here because this is my overall range. Range high, range low. This is an internal level. I need a haircut, bro. Trying to think if we have any. No, we don't. Well, we were coming into like a naked value area level, but it doesn't look like that. That's the case on the volume profile. Let's see. Do I speak Vietnamese? Not really. I'm pretty whitewashed. I was born and raised in London, but yeah, I can understand it. I could understand a lot, but my Vietnamese is pretty dog shit these days. Pretty dog water. In fact, I'm really bad at speaking it now. Used to be good when I was younger, but I still understand a lot. Bro, if only the value area was here on extra charts. Can't believe I got cucked. Got cucked like that, watching price just move at me. The hotel chair in the corner is for me. Yeah, this price action is absolutely dog water. Monday, I was up around 0.5 to 1 hour. Had a nice runner. Took a couple of paper cuts that I shouldn't have taken during that session. But then had a nice runner towards the end to recover everything. Plus some change. Tuesday was a pretty slow day. I think that was minus 1 hour. So pretty much Monday and Tuesday, break even. Wednesday had a nice runner, very nice, for 4.5 hour. And today we've taken a minus 1 hour so far. So let's see. I mean, as long as I'm positive for the month, there's no complaints, right? Like even though with this price action, I'm pretty net positive for August so far. The total risk to reward that I've gained has been quite a chunk, you know, the first 2 weeks of August. But yeah, definitely not as much as July, and definitely not as much as June. if I remember off the top of my head without reviewing my journal. But yeah, hopefully, well, like when August finishes, Q4 should give us much better price action. Right, you have midterm elections and you also have Fed rates, FOMC. So that should pump price up. But for now, yeah, PA is absolutely horrible. Horrible. Like in hindsight, okay, that rejection would have been nice, but I don't take it. That's just hindsight. Hindsight's always 20 out of 20 vision. This PA is just barcodes. Absolutely barcodes. Let's see what it looks like on a 1 minute. Probably looks around the same. Yeah. This is what it looks like on a 1 minute, guys. Lovely. You see, having a good framework keeps you out of a lot of these trades. Granted, we took a loss earlier, trying to long, but it was in plan. Right? One loss is better than multiple losses that you take within this range, or within like this overall range over here. Just look at this. Absolutely ugly. Super ugly. Probably one of those days where you just wait it out. Let's see. This is what M12 is currently showing. Like, you see what I mean? I still think we're going to continue lower. Even when you look at it from this standpoint, right? From balanced to imbalanced states of delivery, you have this balance range over here. And then you have this balance range over here. The balance range is continuing lower. That means the market is accepting lower prices as fair value. So I'm still favoring movement to the downside. Unless we break above this high, then you get our break and retest, and then you would potentially come back into this balance range over here. And, you know, potentially the range high. Right, that is where I would be looking for longs. But for now, like, I would much rather favor shorts. I just want to see this level break, or maybe like even 29,300, and then you can look for a break and retest to capitalize on the imbalanced state of delivery. Right, but for now, there's nothing here. Nothing here, guys. Nothing here, so you don't have to force anything. PA is absolutely dog water. Watch his candle not even break out. Buy is absorbed above this high, right? You can look from this aggressive buying at 30. Large selling bubble. But we don't even break out. Falling asleep watching this price action. Okay, chart just froze there. Genuinely, I'm only interested in longs if we have a break and retest. Above this internal level, above VWAP. Maybe now long, beautiful trade on OBM low. Yeah, you guys are actually getting the idea of the framework. Right, super simple, but my market intuition is keeping me out of this. But like I said, mechanically speaking, it would have been a nice long. Right, absorption, initiation, entry here, stop loss below there, target VWAP or target this internal level. Would have been nice. Oh, you took longs? Nice. Very nice. My VWAP looks messed up. Oh, don't tell me it's messed up again. Extra charts has failed me twice so far today. Does it? No, it looks fine. Question mark. Let me check trading view. Volume weighted average price. How the hell is VWAP all the way up there? Wait, something is off. Wait, where are your guys' VWAPs? My one is at 29383, somewhere around there. I'm checking trading view right now and the VWAP is like at 29459. His extra shot is fucked again. Oh no, this ain't good. Let me double check. Why have you uploaded it up there? $381 on yours. Oh, okay. So my one isn't. Now I'm super confused. Oh yeah, the stream is delayed by a bit. Also, my VWAP is calculated based on regular trading hours, by the way. Why I didn't choose Attis? I don't know. When I first picked out a order flow platform, I think Extra Charts was just the first one I came across that looked nice and simple to use. So then I just stuck with it. But Attis is equally good. Like, I think all order flow platforms are good. They just portray the same information in a different angle. You're using RTH. Oh, where's your VWAP? My one is now at 29384. Is session VWAP better than daily? I wish I had a data-backed answer for that, but I'm going to be honest and say I don't know. I just use session VWAP. Specifically regular trading hours VWAP at the moment. Can't say for sure if one is better than the other. Come to Attis. We're close. I think I was seeing some sort of lag. Okay, nice. Good. I thought my VWAP was like completely off. Let me make this internal level more clear so you guys don't get confused. Let's make this green. Maybe it's green ugly. No, let's make it green. It looks like this is the range we're currently playing in. I'm thinking. Thinking at the moment. Opportunity's gone now anyway. I was thinking of shorting because this internal level is holding too much. And when you look at it from a balance standpoint, this is the range. Right, you have this miniature range over here. And then this is the main range that we have. Like if it only retested the internal level like 1 or 2 times, then I wouldn't look for a short. But because we've done it 3 times now, and buyers consistently were absorbed at these highs, and we've broken below VWAP, I was thinking of going short rather than waiting for a break and retest, because this looks like the main range that we're playing in. But to be like, price just fucked off already, Vars. But yeah, this looks like the range we're currently playing in. M12 is insignificant now. Well, I'm not even leaning bearish anymore. The narrative isn't even bearish. Because just look at this. Like, CVD is completely flat. And yeah. And yeah. If we come back to this level, I'm not going to enter on a retracement, because if I enter the trade over here, I ideally wouldn't want to see a straight dump back inside, back into the OBM low, rather than the market basically just fuck around. See, still having like an hour left of the session. Hour 30. See what we get. What a lovely range. What a lovely barcode. Absolutely lovely barcode. Genuinely falling asleep watching this price action. Consolidation day indeed. Every day of August has been a consolidation day. Like when you look at the volume profile, it's been like that every day. Most day has just been a D-shape profile. Like look, D-shape, 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 D-shape. Okay, fine, you get a P-shape here, but then you go back to getting a D-shape, go back to getting a D-shape. I mean, it could also be double distribution, but no, that's pretty B-shape. B-shape. Wait, why do I keep saying B? I mean D. D-shape. Capital D. Right? D-shape. D-shape. When you have D-shape market profiles, and then especially when it overlaps with each other in terms of value area, low probability. Consolidation. Expect consolidation. The only times we get a P shape, and this is where context comes into play. Really, the only times we get a P shape is when you break out of the range low. Right, you break out. Aggressive sellers fail to find. If you look at it in a form of context, aggressive sellers fail to sustain the markets lower. Hence why you get these low volume nodes. And when the value was actually being built, was at the high of the candle within the P. So the market couldn't break out and find acceptance there. It still found acceptance within this range over here. Again, this is another D shape. Another D shape. We're standing up again. We're standing up again. Coming into VWAP. Coming back inside VWAP. I think EXO is great, but I don't know if I can use the order flow on Mac. You can. I have Mac and I'm using EXO charts. So yeah. I think Motive Wave works on Mac. EXO charts works on Mac. Sierra charts definitely doesn't. Atos works on Mac. What else works on Mac? That's all I can think of off the top of my head. But Mac definitely has some good options. And even if like you can't get it to work on Mac, you could always just get parallels. And then use open Windows applications that way. Yeah, Atos X is the new platform is not laggy. All in one order flow tool. Deep charts is alright. I know my funded features gives you a free deep chart subscription if you buy their accounts. So you could use that to test it out if you're gonna buy prop firm accounts anyway. And see, but I can't speak much about deep charts simply because I personally haven't used it. But from what I've seen, it does look like it has a lot of tools. But like I said, there are a lot of order flow tools that are just the same thing, but angled in a different way. At the end of the day, it's just buyers and sellers, supply and demand. If there is more demand than supply, the market is going to move in that particular direction. So I like to keep my trading very simple. Hence why, you know, I'm fine with just EXO charts. Deep charts came with that Buzz Lightyear theme. That threw me off at first. Buzz Lightyear theme. Hold on, what was that? Deep charts. For all I remember, deep charts was purple. Or some crap. That's like the only color scheme I know of deep charts. But it's prop firm version, so no big trades and few other things is missing. Is it? It shouldn't be. I'm pretty sure they give you the full subscription. But I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But maybe it does. No worries, Tausif. Neon green and purple. Yeah. I pictured it after I said the purple theme. I remembered what Buzz Lightyear looks like. For prop trader gives you an Atis account with data if you have one of their accounts. Yeah, there you go. Like a lot of prop firms, they give you free subscriptions for order flow platforms. By the way, where are you from, bro? I am born and raised. Born and bred in London, United Kingdom. Ethnically? What is that? My ethnic background is Vietnamese. But I guess you go for Atis. MFFU gives you 3 months free Atis. Only downside, you can only connect MFFU account. Yeah. But to be fair, like, you don't even have to execute like the way I execute, because ExoCharts doesn't even have the integration with prop firms or accounts where you could execute it on at the same time. The way I execute is I just use order flow platforms for charting. So ExoCharts for charting. And then I just execute with Tradeovate. And then I have that on like another screen. So, you know, you could do it that way as well. Of course, some of you prefer that. Nah, deep chart props don't have big trades. Holy shit. They don't have big trades on props? What the fuck? What are you guys trading then? How are you trading? You have to buy like an additional add-on? Or what? Or like, are you just using Delta footprint and Delta clusters? Because that would be a headache. Like, big trades is such a game changer in my opinion. Especially when you want to keep it as simple as possible. Great filters. Bang Me and Boon Sliders are my shit. I'm tired of it. I'm actually tired of Vietnamese food. I just want a hamburger. Hamburger and fries is my shit. Oh shit. Speaking of shit. Let's see what we get here. No name on Twitter says, is that EXO? Yes, it is. EXOCharts. Is this not a long setup? No. The reason why is because even though you had absorption initiation, you're coming into this level where you had 1, 2, 3 rejections away from. So there's a lot of passive sellers protecting this level. So you ideally want to see a proper break and then a retest. So even if this closes above, I'm not too keen on taking that as a long. I want to see that retest. I want to see sellers really step back in here and try to bring price higher. You can enter off of single candle absorptions, depending on the market regime. But for now, if you look at the market regime, it's pretty shit. You see what I mean? That's why you want to see a proper break and a proper retest. You really want to be selective within these market conditions, guys. Don't force setups. Don't be too aggressive with it. Like, that is my best advice to most of you as a beginner. This month isn't the month to make money. This month is the month to preserve capital. Right, wait for Q4. Oh, we'll just wait for like August to end. Coming into September, we should be getting better price action. We have Fed rates in September. And then we have, if I remember, midterm elections in November. Around the start or middle of November. Or middle or end, actually. But yeah, those are the type of months where the market is going to be one-sided, hopefully. And that's where you're going to get the imbalanced states of the Liri. For now, when we are just playing within this, right, you really want to just be selective and preserve capital. Preserve capital as much as you can. Like, you see what I mean? If you entered off of here, there's no clear confirmation yet that we're going to continue higher. Now, I say that, and of course, we can still continue higher without that confirmation, but you can see how we get in that battle orders. In most cases, this isn't enough as a confirmation that we're going to break above this level. Right, don't be too eager to enter into a trade. Just wait for the trade to really scream at you. Wait for the market to scream at you that you have a trade confirmation. And then all you have to do is to just catch a little piece of that pie. If you catch a little piece of here, you're going to make money in the long run. But you're going to make money. If you try to catch the entire move from the initial start, you're going to have to accept the fact that here, you're going to take more losses than if you just wait for the market to really show its hand. What do you think is the worst month for traders? I don't know. In general, summer months are always a killer for most traders, but it really depends on your strategy. Like, some people are probably going to thrive in summer conditions. Others, not so much. It really just depends. So I can only speak, like, in general. But it changes every single time as well. Like, I think during Biden, we rarely had a bad month. It was just straight one-sided direction. One-sided state of delivery. Trump, on the other hand, you get the extremes of both sides. So we're either extremely ranging, extremely balanced, or we're extremely imbalanced. And that isn't good, because when we are extremely imbalanced, even though you think you're going to get more follow through, you're going to capitalize on those large expansion plays, you do, but you also miss out on a lot of moves. Right? And if it goes the other direction, you're fucked. Because you're going to get slipped. Bro, what's the learning curve like for order flow? How many months does it usually take to get good at it? I would say 2 to 3 months to really solidify the basic understanding. Depending on where you're at. Like, depending on where you're at with trading, I would say 1 to 3 months to get the foundations down with order flow, and then you're constantly learning. Because getting the foundations done with order flow is easy, right? Getting the concepts, absorption, initiation, auction market theory, exhaustion, so on, is easy. That bit is easy. The hard bit is identifying when it does work out and when it doesn't work out, and that just comes from market experience. Hello, two crazy bikers. How are you? I'm good, thank you. What about yourself? Am I good? Just kidding, I'm not good. Because if you look at this market price action, I'm actually like falling asleep. What a beautiful consolidation. Absolutely beautiful. Do I have monthly subscription on my mentorship? If you're interested, you could just like fill out the application, and then we could talk in much more detail about it. But there's a lot to cover. Right, we're starting to get our retracement now. If we have selling absorption, then you could potentially look to go higher. Please do monthly subscription membership, bro. I'm not like, if you think it's a, if what you're talking about is like a Discord group where you pay monthly and then like, you know, those type of courses, that's not something I'm interested in. I'd much rather provide one-on-one support and one-on-one help, because that's how you truly learn. And I only take on like a small number of students. To be completely transparent with you guys, I don't want to manage like 100 people at once. One, it's annoying, and two, I can't give you all of my time individually. Let's see if this can close bullish. No bullish closure there. No entry. Sorry for my English is not very good. I have to use a translator. No worries. I have made a small purchase at the open. I'm assuming you took a long at the open, right? Took a buy. If you did and it worked out, very nice. Congratulations to you, my friend. The rest of us are starving. Well, I don't know about the rest because I know Ayush took a long. He took a couple trades off the OBM low. But I know I'm starving. No, this isn't a long because with the secondary candle, there was no initiation. Yeah, most of the time. Most of the time, I'm waiting for the second candle. Because you have to understand, like, absorption just stalls price. Right, absorption stalls price. What am I even trying to draw this at this moment? Like so. Okay, no, this brush tool is so bad. Absorption stalls price, that's supply. Supply doesn't move the market. Demand moves the market. If you enter off of every absorption candle, you're just gonna get fucked. Like, get fucked here. Price runs a bit and you get fucked. This one, okay, maybe it runs. This one runs for a bit and you get fucked. This one runs for a bit, you get fucked. Actually, no, this one closes bearish. But this wasn't off of a key level. Twitch, I still have one viewer. I don't know if that's actually someone watching my stream or that's just me having it open. I'm not on the stream manager. Kick is fine. And yeah. Sorry to ask, but what platform do you use? This is Exoshots. Back in the range, indeed. Yay. Like, super annoying. Super, super annoying. Of course, you can take rotational plays. You can. That is a thing. But I'm not too keen on that at the moment. What are you aiming for each month? How many how many R are you targeting per month? I don't have a set target. I don't have a set target. Like daily, I have a somewhat set loss where after maybe 2 or 3 losses, I start to ease off the pedal or ease off the gas. but I don't have a set target. Like all I'm focusing on is not how much money I aim to make. It's more so how disciplined am I, how consistent am I in executing. So that's all it is. I just want to execute as much as I can, as consistent as I can within my edge, and whatever I end up for the month, whether it's red or green, is whatever I end up with. I know that I've done my job. Your job as a trader is to execute flawlessly. Execute flawlessly and preserve capital. The money, the risk of reward, not risk of reward, the R you make per month happens as a byproduct if you do it correctly. With a good edge, right? With a working edge. Of course, you can execute consistently and flawlessly, but if your edge is unprofitable, then you're not going to make money. But when you have those three together, right? Good edge, preserve capital, execute flawlessly and consistently, that's what you get. Usually what my month looks like, June was 30 something R off the top of my head. July was a bit lower. July was 20 something. Most of the reward comes from imbalanced states of delivery. That's why I much prefer those at the moment. Right, where we break and then retest and you're playing this move lower. Like if you look at yesterday's stream with Chart Fanatics, that was a short. That was a nice short. That's on personal. Props, I track it a bit differently. Props, sometimes I don't even track it at all. Because of the way I trade props. Back within the range, boys. Back within the range. So what we have in a 1 minute? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even if you enter a trade, your hair is probably going to fall off. Just watching it play within this range. Very slow. Very slow. And we're approaching 10:50, 11 a.m. now, New York time. I'll probably stay on stream for like another 30 minutes, see if anything comes up. But if nothing comes up, call it a day. Call it a day. I believe it's the first red day of the week. Because if I remember correctly, Tuesday was -1 hour to start the session, and then I made that back. So Tuesday was break even. I need to double check. Haven't journaled this week, but Tuesday was, I think, potentially break even. Monday was break even. Wednesday 4.5. Today so far -1. So it would be the first red day, but I need to double check that. I think I'm gonna start streaming New York EM session as well, afternoon session. Next in 2 weeks maybe, and then yeah, that would be. I'll start with Wednesday potentially, and then we'll see what other days there are. Do you watch Footprint when you enter your trade? I watch Footprint on the M12 and H1, just to give me a narrative. But usually the main execution chart is always going to be this. Like, this is the main thing I'm looking for. Footprint sometimes can be really noisy, so it's better just focusing on big trades and having actual filters. Zooey mama. Try to set up on my Atos how your footprint looks like, but impossible. Yeah, Atos is a bit finicky, to be honest with you. And that's another big reason why I went with extra charts, is because it's much more simple to use in terms of the interface. Like, yeah, it doesn't have that much features. It doesn't have that many indicators. It's a bit buggy sometimes. You know, but I think that will get fixed in the next update. I was talking to them, and a lot of these bugs that I'm experiencing should be fixed in the next update, which they said is going to be released in August, but who knows? That's what they said last month and the month before. But the main thing is, you know, XtraChart is really easy to use. Super simple to use. I'm just hovering around VWAP here. Hovering around VWAP, doing nothing. Like I mentioned, I think 2 days ago as well, on Tuesday's stream, CVD is flat. Like, CVD is flat. I wouldn't consider this higher CVD. Right, it looks like it's moving a bit higher, but it's actually not. It hasn't even broken above the baseline yet. So CVD is still flat, which means aggressive buyers, aggressive sellers, no one is in control. Consolidation, no one is in control. If CVD was extremely bullish or extremely negative, that's where you're potentially going to get those larger breakouts. And that is what you could anticipate to eventually happen. Because let's say you're in a consolidated state of delivery over here, and CVD is extremely bullish. That just means the only barrier in the way is passive selling supply. So when a passive selling supply gets depleted from the overwhelming buying demand, then you get the large move higher. But for now, like, CVD is pretty much just flat. So there's no clear one-sided control in terms of aggressive participants. What do we get here? 11 a.m. open. This level's gonna hold. We're not hold, but we're gonna get reaction away from it. Let's see. Well, you're no longer looking to go long into. You're no longer looking to go long anymore because this is your next target and it's pretty close. And buyers are already absorbed here. Well, if the candle closes bearish, that is. Boom! Boom, chakalala. Move this level for now. This is what we have. Boom. Boom, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way. Buyers, buyers, buyers. Buyers, buyers, buyers. No short sets up there. One of those days, guys. One of those days. Try to set up on my... Oh, I already read that. Of course, we get our rejection away when we have no confirmation. But yeah, you want to keep confirmations. Can I reload the chart? I want to see the problem is having only in my chart and yours too. Sure. I shall reload this chart. If you're using Exo charts, the problem that you are talking about might be the number of big trades bubbles that are showing. Right? And that is a bug with Exo charts. That's a known bug. Rain chart doesn't show all the big trades properly. Yep. Back in the range indeed. Unfortunately, we had no confirmation there. Right, if this candle closed bearish, would have been a nice short. Back to maybe VWAP. And then, or you could potentially target the lows and then just trail as we come back into VWAP. There was confirmation on yours? Bro, Exo... No way, dude. Don't tell me this candle of yours closed bearish. Wait, let me check trading view. If the candle on that goes bearish, it did. What the? Your extra charge is fucking me up. Dude, I'm missing out on like setups here. Right, I missed out on this setup. No, which setup was it? This one? Yeah, what was this one? Yeah, send it to me on Discord. Dude, I missed out on this one because apparently the value area low was lower. Which would make sense because we got our reaction away and we didn't come into the value area low. And then now it seems like I missed this one because this candle closes bullish. Ah, goddamn. Add to the bearish as well. Okay. Extra charts might not be... Okay, I'm checking Ninja Trader as well. And it did indeed close bearish. For fuck's sake. Extra charts is costing me money. I hope you guys caught that though. I hope you guys caught that. That's 2 trades I missed with extra charts now. The range chart is not broken. Hold on. Let me message Arthur right now. The range chart on extra charts isn't printing the correct candles, and I've cross-checked this with deep charts, Atters, and Ninja Trader. 80 range. One second, I'm not reading chat right now, guys. No, I need to send this to this guy. And then let me send this one as well. Holy cooked. Dude, I just checked everything. And extra charts is the one that's fucked up. Even trading view is correct. What the f... Yeah, I just saw that trade from Daniel. I hope you caught that, Daniel. Spare me some change as well. Compensate for extra charts. Oh, for fuck's sake. But it is what it is. Why was it a trade? Because this was the range that I... So if you remember, this is the range that I marked from the start of the session. So you want to ideally fade the highs and fade the lows, especially when you're in a balanced state of delivery. Come up, touch perfectly at the highs, right? Touch perfectly at the highs. Absorption, and then secondary candle closes bearish. Of course, extra charts is fucked. So I didn't get that. The game hates me, guys. The game hates me. I think what I'm going to do is now I have to double check 3 charts now. Before I was using this 80 range alongside 30 seconds because the big trades wasn't showing properly on the range chart. So now I think I have to check Ninja Trader as well. Just to see if the candle closes bearish or not. Because that's really fucked. That is really fucked. Damn, guys. Would have been a nice trade. Trail to VWAP. Okay, Daniel's in this. As long as Daniel's in this, it's all good. As long as Daniel's in this, it's all good, guys. Daniel is one of my students. He's gonna outshine the master. Oh, you got tapped out of VWAP? God damn. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Like I said, right, if you took a short here, you could target either VWAP or target the low. And then as you break below VWAP, you could just trail based on trail more aggressively as you break below VWAP. I think Attis has a trail. I do have Attis. I used it. I just don't like the interface, to be honest. I just don't like the interface. Did this candle close bullish? Someone give me comms. Did this absorption candle close bullish? I think it did. Gonna go long there. Let's see what it does. I'm pretty sure this candle closes bullish because I checked Ninja Trader. So I was in this long on retracement. Moving stops to break even now. Prop firm target is at VWAP. Personal is much higher. To potentially this high over here. Yeah, I need you see, extra charts didn't give me a bullish closure again. Super annoying, guys. Super annoying. I'm break even now. Break even because we come into VWAP. Yeah, I checked Ninja Trader as well, and this candle closed bullish. All right, taking out for break even, and break even on person as well. Tis what it is, but probably would have gotten because it teased my TP on prop firm by a bit. Ideally my TP should have been at VWAP, like exactly, rather than a fixed one risk to reward. But let's see. Now I'm no longer interested in, like, even if the market continues higher now, I'm not interested until we break above VWAP, and then you can look for a break and retest. But yeah, dude, extra charts closed bearish again. Like, what the fuck? Let me send this again. Yeah, I went... usually, I don't go TP aggressively, but because VWAP is so close to it, that was where I was aggressive with TP. I ideally didn't want to see a rejection from VWAP. Of course, like, we can still go higher now, but it's not something I want to be participating in. Let me send this again. Another example. Let me also send him my template. Template. And then let's send him my freaking data folder. log file location. Okay, you know what, guys? It's a great thing that I have you guys on my side, pointing that shit out. Otherwise, I probably would have been trading with fucked up candles for the rest of my life. Oh, like ATSX. Yeah, I mean, I've tried ATSX. It's fast. It's nice. It definitely is nice, but it just looks too... It looks shit. It looks absolute shit. And, and that's me being honest. That's me being completely honest. Like, if you look at Exocharts, it looks better in terms of the interface. But I guess at the end of the day, if it's not working out properly, like if Exochart is if Exocharts continue to stay this buggy, I'm making that switch. Might even go to Sierra Chart. Like, because if I want to go for like full reliability and compatibility, then I think Sierra Chart is the move. Supposedly the value error is also fucked as well, according to Daniel. So I need to check that with the devs at Exocharts as well. Otherwise, okay, because like I said, if the value area low was actually here, this was a... Let me go back to this candle actually, because this seems like it's not the correct candle. 45. 1, 2... Yeah, this is just one fat candle on Exocharts. Dude, on NinjaTrader, this candle is 2. So your entry would have been somewhere around here, rather than all the way down here. And it would make sense because look, I'm on the 80 range chart. 80 ticks, 4 ticks is 1 point, 20 points, right? The low of this candle is at 394. The high is at fucking 460. What the fuck? And it is one candle. Crashing out on Exocharts. Hey, bloody hell. Yeah, so Exocharts, there's definitely something wrong here. Like, I think they're just slow or some shit. But yeah, like this would have been a sick trade as well. If it was at the value area low, your entry would have been around here because the candle where it closed was actually just below. Okay, the candles are so messed up on Exocharts. Holy cooked. Holy cooked. It would have been somewhere around here. And your stop would have been above here. And look at that. A solid 3R trade. Solid. But Exocharts, thank you very much. And then this was the bummer. This was the bummer one. Because this one was so obvious. Right, you come into the range high. Absorption. Next candle closes bearish. Which, by the way, Exocharts doesn't do it. And in fact, it gives me a cut candle and closes bullish. So no entry there. But if you entered here, stop loss above there. Another solid trade, lads. Another solid trades. Another solid trade. Exo is costing me money. Exocharts is literally costing me money. No, the stream is delayed by a bit. The stream is delayed by a bit. What you're seeing with the price action is correct. It's just the candles isn't correct. Flipping Exocharts. Need to go on a walk after this to ease off the crash out. All right. Doesn't look like we'll get anything anymore. Let's see. I'm not favoring another long again because we already had one attempt and this attempt was rejected from VWAP, which, by the way, valid break even. That's why I went break even. But yeah. Hopefully my students are eating a lot better than me. I know Ayush took a couple trades at the lows here. Daniel is definitely eating better. with his flipping deep charts. This is like software diff. Exochart is literally intentionally feeding me right now. Gonna hop on League after this and let out some steam. Aggressive sellers. Let me double check. Let me double check Ninja Trader as well, dude. Even like, how many candles is this? 1, 2, 3. Dude, even from here to here, there's 6 candles on Exocharts. On Ninja Trader, there's 8. God damn. All right, for now, I have to also look at Ninja Trader as well now. Trusty little Ninja Trader. All right, guys. I think, we didn't get along here. But I'm going to start wrapping it up. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this stream and crash out. Like I said, couple opportunities that were missed. And I'll be honest, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault, guys. There was a confirmation here. It's Exochart's fault. It's the software's fault. Otherwise, this would have been a lovely runner. Right? Textbook. Absolutely textbook. You have this range high, absorption, initiation, as the candle closes bearish, which it didn't on Exocharts, and you go short. Same thing here. If you had the value area low and you go short, that's what it is. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. Now that I know Exocharts has a problem with their candles, I feel like I missed out on a lot of trades previously. Of course, that's just assuming they're all wins. But because my wins outweigh my losses, So yeah. Thank you guys for pointing that out. And yeah, gonna end the stream here. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. I'll see you next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, same time. So 2:15 p.m. BST, 1:15 p.m. UTC, and then 9:15 a.m. EDT, Eastern Day, whatever, EDT, right? So yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna